Today is the beginning of possibly the hardest challenge yet. We're going to be trying to do proxy Planetary Fortress Rush to Grandmaster. Not sure how I'm going to do it. We're also going to be playing on the European servers, which is going to make it even harder. Let's begin. As you guys can see, wait, we're playing that's a 3000 MMR Master League? Okay, that has to be the league bug. I was a little bit worried there. First game in Masters, what the hell? As you guys could see, I have named my account very appropriately for the challenge. I'm going to be going under Salt Cannon, which I think is probably going to be a pretty appropriate name. Now, after playing for a few months on the NA server, I can definitely confirm, guys, that EU is the more salty server. So I guess for us, that's going to be funny being back on the EU. I haven't gotten salt in quite a while, but here we go. Now, just to explain the rules of this challenge, it's actually pretty free. I don't have to do the fastest PF rush ever every game. I'm just going to be doing a Planetary Fortress Rush at some point within a reasonable time. Obviously, I'm not allowed to play, a 4-base macro game and then put a Planetary Fortress on their 5th base or anything like that. That's, a little bit too much, but I can definitely do some different versions. Going to be experimenting here. Now, I do have to say, his border was Master League. I'm not quite sure what 3000 MMR actually is, though. I would guess it's probably Platinum. I'm not 100% sure, actually. Usually our first game is against a Platinum, and then we get a Diamond, etc., etc. Now, for the first game, I think I'm going to go for a classic PF rush. I'm going to go for Reaper Hellion. Maybe I could even make a starport. I've done it twice before against Terrans, I believe. Now, as you guys could see, by the way, I'm obviously back in Europe, and I'm going to have to get used to talking to the camera again in this angle. So if I look in another direction and you guys are like, what is he doing? That's going to be it. It's always a little bit difficult to get used to new camera positions again. Now, let's just check what he has in his base. I guess the scariest thing would be if I get proxied, because you guys know me. I will always still do the Planetary Rush, but if I'm getting proxied at the same time, it's definitely going to be a little bit complicated. I also need to keep mining gas. Wait, is he proxying? Or I think he just forgot to send his SCV. Like, the command center should be going now right now. Yeah, I just forgot to send it. Okay. I'm not going to be too annoying to him. I obviously still have to proxy a command center myself as well, so that's going to take a little bit of time and resources. I really want to build it here, because he's doing a Reaper expand. I would actually love to fly my CC here and turn that into a Planetary, but it does feel like this one would get spotted. I do need to make it in a somewhat close. I could make it here, actually. Maybe that's even better. It does look really silly to build it there, though, for some reason. Let's just see what I can find with a Reaper. Let's see if he's making a bunker, first of all. No bunker here. He could be going for a Marine first as well. Let's see if there's a factory. He's making a factory. No add-on yet, so that's actually a really good scout. I'm not sure. Why is he sending the Reaper to my base? He's crazy. Now he's going to lose that Reaper, most likely. Unless my micro is subpar. It was definitely subpar there, my bad. Guy, I was just being nice, guy. I didn't miss micro or anything. I was just being nice to him, okay? Dude, if that Reaper scouts my... Oh, we actually gotta get it, okay? I was gonna say, if he scouts my command center with this one, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Now, let's look at the timings of the CC. So, it's gonna take 40 more seconds. And eBay is 25 seconds. So, I'll have to start my eBay. If we calculate in the flight time, probably at like 3:25 or something like that. Should be pretty good. Now, he did finish the command center already. I'm actually wondering whether I can get away with flying the Planetary in his main base instead. Probably seems a little bit smarter, because he's not even really trying to defend. I'm also going to do a little bit of a transition at home. I'm going to be trying to go for Siege Tanks, Vikings, and all that. If you guys are excited for this challenge, by the way, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out on the other challenges. Usually these challenges go for quite a while, especially on the EU server, because it does take me a lot of episodes to get GM. I do have to admit, guys, for the first time, or well, not for the first time. At the start, I was also a little bit more nervous, but I am not 100% sure if we are going to be able to get Grandmaster with this one. This challenge is so incredible that I'm just really not quite sure. Now, I need to distract him. He's actually going to lose a bunch of these units. I think he's probably making a Oh, no. Oh, he got owned there. He's probably making a Cyclone behind. Okay, I'm not even going to get to doing a Planetary Rush. Wait, what was he doing? A bunker here? 3 barracks? This sounds crazy to say, because I was doing a Planetary Fortress Rush. I think my build was better than his. When did he make that bunker? That bunker has been here for ages. Okay, so he made a bunker at 3 minutes to defend my 2 Reapers. At this point, all he saw was that I had a Reaper or a barracks and a fan. Well, actually, he did see I didn't have a base, right? That's probably why he made the bunker. So the bunker kind of makes sense. I would have probably expected it to be at least covering the front or maybe the wall here. And then the extra 2 barracks. I think I see what's going on, guys. This is a classic syndrome of Diamond Terrans. I've coached a lot of Diamond Terrans. TVT builds at this MMR, they just don't make any sense, to be honest. Going 3 racks in TVT, I can tell you guys this now, just don't do it. Make a starport. These extra barracks don't do anything. You could have had a Viking, a Cyclone, anything better. And these 3 barracks are literally the reason he lost. They are just completely useless. And I didn't even get to do a Planetary Fortress rush yet. But don't worry, guys. We're going to have probably 100 games to try it. So let's keep going. Alright, second game is going to be against the Protoss. Alright, this is going to be very interesting. I have some cool ideas for every matchup, but I feel like Protoss might be the most difficult one to make a Planetary Fortress rush work. Against Zerg, I actually have my favorite idea. I'm not sure if I want to spoil it yet, but it has to do something involving Hellions and, you know, a little bit of a greed behind it, so you guys could get excited for that. I know a lot of you guys really like to see, you know, weird contains with Planetary Fortresses and stuff, so that, you know, might be up your alley. But for Protoss, not quite sure what the best idea is, because think with me, right? Reapers and Hellions, like the last game, they just kind of fall apart against, yeah, pretty much any Protoss units besides Zealots. Adept Stalkers, later on Oracles, Immortals, no matter what they can build, they would be very, very good. An idea I had was maybe to go Proxy Marauder together with the Planetary Rush. But I think for now, I'm just going to see how it works out normally. I'm going to try to build it a little bit faster. Now, one thing is against Protoss, there might actually be more potential to put a Planetary in the main. And the reason for that is that Protoss players don't typically wall off. So against Terran, I couldn't run by my Reaper and Hellions past his wall, right? So I can't really support my Planetary. Against Protoss, I would be able to do that. And if you think about it, if I get a Planetary right next to his Nexus, all I have to do is get it up and his build will just be, you know, or his main will just be denied forever from mining. So it is definitely an interesting strategy. But that means I'll have to make the CC here, fly it into his main, hope he doesn't block it. Seems a little bit far-fetched that I can make that work, to be honest, but we'll see. Let's see what he has, first of all. I feel like a lot of times Protoss players here at this MMR, they tend to do builds that are a little bit more safe, like a 2-gate, for example. Does seem like he's going for a 1-gate expand here, which is nice. 1 gate before core even. Okay, that's good for us. That means he's gonna get his core units a little bit later. Adept and Stalker are gonna be slightly delayed. Obviously nothing too meaningful, but they're gonna be delayed by a bit. Now I think here, this sounds a little bit weird, but I might actually have to cut out of gas. Because I'm not gonna make a starport fast anyway. But I do need to get my CC up a little bit faster. My CC last game was very late. Now I'm just wondering, can I put my CC here? Does the Adept scout it if it goes like directly there? I think it does actually scout it. So this is insanely risky. Still kind of want to do it though. Else I'd have to make it like here, which is just a little bit too far up. Maybe I can just distract him with my Reaper and we'll see. Can always dance around his Nexus a little bit. Saturate this back. There's no unit here yet. Probably gonna come down the ramp in just a second, I would have to guess. And then my eBay is gonna have to come down at some point, which I probably don't have to worry about that timing, because I told you guys in eBay it takes 25 seconds to build. There you go. First time looking at the wrong camera. 25 seconds to build. And I think flying here probably already takes 25 seconds, to be honest. Like, command centers are really not very fast. He scouted around. That is actually terrifying. He scouted around his base. If he checked this base first, he would have seen it, but I really doubt he did, else he wouldn't still be scouting the other location. Let's see. Okay, so he's hiding his probes in his main because I have no Nexus, looks like. You should have more probes on the low ground otherwise. Okay, I'm gonna start my engineering bay now, just to make sure the timing is alright. I don't want to have my CC landed and then not being able to make a Planetary. Okay, so there's 2 Stalkers. That is enough units to defeat my army here. I do have to expand at some point. I don't know when the best time for that is. I think I'm gonna have to try and land. I should actually pull a few SCVs. I should have pulled these a little bit faster. I'm still gonna do it anyway. Who knows? It's gonna take a while to arrive. Now I'm gonna land it there and then try to distract him. That's the plan. Let's see if I can distract him with these. I mean, his army is technically already better than mine. It is really terrifying here. Okay, the CC is coming. This is a good time to distract. Now he's not gonna look. Here we go. Like, as long as I get the CC landed, it's gonna be alright. Okay. Please go down. Please. Okay, there we go. Planetary is gonna start. I need to keep in mind I'm only on one base too, so I won't really be able to defend. He doesn't seem to realize this is there, guys. His army's still standing here. He doesn't realize there's a freaking planetary going up on his main base. I guess I'll go for siege tanks now. I do need to get a transition going at some point. Wait, does he actually just not see that? Have I mean, I know I've distracted him a little bit. I don't think I've distracted him enough for this. He really has no idea. This is incredible. What's going on here? I can't believe what he's gonna think when his units are gonna be under attack, or his probes. Let's see. They one-shot them as well, look. He's probably shocked. He's trying to run away. Oh no, he's walled off. Oh my god, this planetary has 18 kills. His entire mineral line is gone. I guess I'm probably better off just transitioning now, since he's not attacking the planetary. Okay. Oh, wait. I mean, if he's gonna... Oh no, he's gonna try to attack it. He's gonna lose the rest of his probes now. And I think our plan has worked perfectly here. Because the planetary is gonna fall, but not before he loses every single probe that he ever had. I can even sandwich his workers, actually. Or his stalkers, rather. Get a little bit of a repair. Maybe with some grenades I can save it. Okay, I saved it for a little bit. It's still alive. He stopped focusing it. Okay, now I do have to run away. I'm not sure if he has blink. I think he does. Oh, this is actually painful, by the way. I got supply blocked. Because I forgot the planetary actually gave me a ton of supply that I don't have. And now I guess we're just going to transition here. I'm definitely going to do a drop. I don't want to send everything back. That feels like a little bit of a waste of money here. I have to be honest, guys. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the history of StarCraft react that slow. I flew a planet or a command center into his base, morphed it into a planetary, and then he reacted when I killed like 8 probes already. That has to be like, I don't know. I realize he just wasn't thinking of it, but it has to be some kind of record. Like, that is actually incredible. Now this Hellion drop is going to be able to clean up the remainder of his probes. If it was just one tank, he would be able to blink on it, but because it's 2, he just can't. He would just lose all of them. Wait, I can actually just surround him here and he's screwed, I think. Here, let's go for it. He might try to blink on top. Oh, actually, not the best blink there either. And there we go. Our first planetary fortress has succeeded. He had 1 supply left. Oh my god, 40 workers killed. Guys, that planetary fortress was absolutely incredible. Let's see if he got more than 18 kills at the end. This was the worst part. Look, this was actually by far the most painful thing about the entire exchange. He clicked his probes into the natural, but he completely walled off this side of the base. So all the probes had to go past the planetary to get, you know, to the mineral line. Look, it has 8 kills. Then it kills 5 in 1 shot. And then another 5, 10 kills in 2 shots. And he was just dead. He had 15 probes. Even though he was mining here, there's only 15 probes left against 29. And this was just absolutely brutal. I think it's going to retire with... I think maybe it killed another unit. It's probably 19. But that was beautiful. Let's do another one. Alright, we got another Terran. Now, the first match against a Terran ended a bit abruptly. Now, Destro is probably going to be doing a better job against us here. So let's see. Diamond Terran on Cosmic Sapphire. I mean, technically I could planetary rush the gold base as well. But that is not exactly the intent I had with this. So I'm just going to be continuing as normal. Now, I would like to try another build. What would complement a planetary the best? By the way, guys, as always, I would love to ask you for your opinion. What kind of planetary fortress rush would you like to see? This is a new series. A lot of time I get my creativity from your comments as well. So just let me know what you think would work well. Should I go for a Proxy Reaper with a planetary? Planetary rush into Battlecruiser? What do you guys think would work? What would you want to see? What do you think would absolutely not work, but you still want to see? That also counts, of course. Now, I do feel like we've played against him before, perhaps. The name sounds a little bit familiar. And I kind of wanted to do something with a siege tank. Because what I kind of felt like is if I go for the Reaper Hellion Proxy Planetary Rush, if they camp in their main base, lift off their orbital to the main, something like that, I actually don't have a lot of pressure. But if I get the planetary rush up and then I can put siege tanks behind it, then I can basically just hold the contain for an eternity, expand behind it myself, maybe start like getting some air control so I can't get counter dropped. And then all of a sudden it seems like a pretty decent strategy as long as you get the planetary up. Obviously that's always going to be the hardest part of the rush, but I believe we can make it happen. And maybe for the next DVP I do also want to try like proxying or something. I really just want to figure out what the best way is to accompany a planetary rush. And I think it's also going to be really fun for you guys because I feel like Planetary Fortress rushing is something that every Terran that's a little bit creative or just likes to be a little bit cheesy or different has crossed their minds. But it's just, you know, how do you even go about that? So maybe in this entire series I can figure out the objectively best way to do a Planetary Rush, and then you guys can use it in your ladder games as well. When you really want to get Planetary Rush someone, be creative. Now it looks like we're either getting... Yeah, we are getting cheesed a little bit here. This person has nothing in his base. So this, yeah, most likely this is just gonna be a Marine Rush. Or he's taking the gold base. Either way, it doesn't matter, because I'm still gonna Planetary Fortress rush him no matter what he does. So yeah, it looks like he's bunker rushing our base. Now, I have made a promise, guys, so even though we're being viciously attacked here, I'm still gonna go for a Planetary Rush. I just need enough money to get it up. Let me just cut gas for a little bit. Now, I do have to say, by the way, guys, this is another one of those builds. I'm just trying to give you tips. Proxy Rax Marine, it just sucks against Terran as well. Like, I'm sorry, guys. A lot of these strategies, they just don't work. I quite literally think Proxy Planetary Rush is probably better than doing a Proxy Rax Marine Rush against Terran, because as you can see, my basic units just hold it already. So that's very unfortunate for him. I do really get the vibe that people hate TVT here, because they're all doing these super weird builds, and they're trying to figure their own way out of it. Why don't you guys just Proxy Planetary Rush like me? It's clearly the only solution. I do respect that he's keeping the bunker alive, trying his best to actually keep this rush going. Now, I mean, I'm just going to continue by making an eBay. I guess his economy is probably not that bad. Oh, he's flying the barracks. That is cool. Oh, that is actually quite cool. I didn't expect him to still do that. I'm going to have to repair. That actually could have died if I was a little bit slower on the reaction, so that's well done by him. Not sure what his... Oh, I made a Widow Mine on accident. I actually wanted more Hellions. Not sure what his counter to my little attack here is going to be, though. As I was saying, his economy is probably pretty decent. Especially because my economy sucks, right? I'm going to have to... Well, how many SCVs is that? I'm using 4 to repair. I was already doing a double gas, and I'm making CC on the other side of the map. But... I just can't really see him stop this. I do think if he puts an SCV under it and doesn't let it land, we might actually be in a technically rough spot. At least if he made a factory, that is. If he didn't make a factory, then I don't know. I'm gonna try to move a little bit here. And the reason I'm doing this is because, once again, I just want to distract him. We're actually gonna... Oh, he's not targeting these SCVs. He's gonna lose the SCV. That's something he absolutely couldn't afford. Let me just try pressure here. This is really just a distraction. I think with the... Oh, I actually did have a decent amount of Marines. Can I kill those? Probably. Oh, the distraction has worked perfectly. And his factory is only coming down now. Maybe I should be making some anti-air. I'm actually gonna go for a Cyclone. No, I don't really wanna... Okay, guys, we have to see this from his POV. We absolutely have to. Let's see it. I just want to see what he realized. I just want to see exactly how this unfolded. We're looking at this from his POV. When does he realize there's something in his base? He looks back at his base. He sees the Planetary. He's like, are you serious? You can actually see him look at it and be like, for 4 seconds, like, what did I just see? And then he leaves. That's beautiful. This is just, you know, I'm not even sure if he realized he lost. This is just pure respect for the Planetary Rush, you know? It's definitely not like we were winning really hard or anything after defending his cheese. I really think it was just respect for the Proxy Planetary Rush. Wait, did he make... Oh, no, okay. For a second, I thought he made all those Marines from 2 barracks, but obviously he hit this one as well. Anyway, that's 3 games in the bag, but I still want to play a 4th one, so let's go. All right, the 4th and last game of the day, and we have gotten a Zerg player, so I will be able to show you guys the strategy I had in mind. Hopefully it works, of course. Now, I just want to say quickly, guys, if you notice that my voice or my speech is a little bit off, I haven't really recovered from the sickness I had in that way. I mean, I feel totally fine, but for some reason I haven't really been able to shake off the cough I had, so I'm totally fine. Just want you guys to know, but sometimes I might sound a little bit weird, or my laughter sounds a little bit weird or something. It's probably just because of that. Now, what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to go for a gas first. I'm going to rush Hellions. And I need to time all of this perfectly. So the idea I had was, check this map out, right? I can take a 3rd base very easily. So what I want to do is I just want to put a Planetary, like, right here in front of the natural. I'm going to rush Hellions so I can defend it from Zerglings. And then I want to mine just enough gas that I can make a factory, a reactor, and a Planetary Fortress, and that's it. And then I want to be really greedy behind it myself and get 3 bases. Now, this map, this easy third base might actually be a negative thinking about it. Because normally, I can take all the bases I want as long as he's blocked by a Planetary. But now the Zerg can also take a third base. And a third base economy might be just enough to really save him from my antics. But I do think this idea is really cool and it could actually work. And I can actually see it working against a pretty good player as well. So we're just going to have to see. And keep in mind, guys, we are playing against, you know, a very smart player there. So might be sketch, but we'll see. Now, where do I put the command center is the main question. Because Zerg has overlords. They have... Wait, I actually forgot to send an SCV. Oops. Zerg has overlords. They tend to kind of scout pretty early with their Zerglings and stuff. So I'm probably going to have to, like, try and build it here or so. That's by far the biggest problem of this all. Now, this SUV really should have been out a little bit faster. Ideally, I even make the command center before this depot. So that's, you know, a little bit of an unfortunate mistake by me. But we're going to have to see. I could also build it like there maybe, but then you're really in the path of the Overlord. There's no Overlords around here at least, so that's good. I think we're just going to YOLO and pop it down here and hope it works. And I do have to say, this might be a strategy where you can even recover from a bad start. Because I can just, you know, send another SCV. As long as the command center doesn't die, send another SCV and try to finish it. As long as my Hellions are in time. And as you can see, my Hellions are going to be super, super fast. So that's good. Now I can tell the gas mine. A Planetary costs 150 gas. So I can almost pull my workers out of gas already. Now I might even be able to just put a Planetary down here and even lock out my own base. But that's going to be a lot of gas mined. Now 20 is actually the maximum, by the way. Actually, in case you guys didn't know, I think I might have never explained that actually thinking about it. But you see how it says 19 out of 16, it's in red. 16 is the perfect saturation. But workers still contribute to getting just a few more minerals until 20. So ideally you put 20 on minerals in this case, because you don't want to mine that much gas. And then you can put the rest towards another purpose. So he has a queen ready. Doesn't look like he's moving out early or anything, which is nice. I just need to make sure I deny the creep here. Obviously I can't have the creep out any further than this. Gonna put my command center right there. And hope it... Wait, I could even... Should I? I'm actually gonna get the upgrade. I have the money. Why not? I'm gonna get the freaking range upgrade for my Planetary. Let's go. And then now, I'm gonna go to the next step of... No, we're not doing that. I'm gonna go to the next step of my build order. I made enough Hellions. Now I'm gonna make sure I'm safe by playing Marine Tank, basically. I'm also making this CC for the Planetary. Probably should have made the PF first, but that's alright. And now he's not going to be able to make any more creep spread. You see, he's pretty scared. I mean, I'm not going to advance much more with this Planetary. I have enough Hellions to beat these links, so that's actually no problem at all. A little bit of a misjudgment by my Zerg opponent here. Let's make sure to get that gas as well. Wait, I had one SCV here. Did I lose it on accident? Where did the SCV go? Oh no, I sent it back to my base on accident, I think. I mean, the Planetary is going to be fine here, by the way. It's really not going to die to one spine and two queens. I'm actually going to kill that queen because it has a transfuse. I'm gonna die for it, for sure. There we go. I don't want anything to get transfused. And now the Planetary is finished and it's gonna be destroying these spine crawlers and queens. Links are gonna be the least threatening thing here by far, of course, since I also have the Hellions. And now my reinforcement squad has arrived. And now this Planetary is definitely not dying. You can tell how strong the PF is, by the way. I didn't even need those SCVs, really. Well, now I can actually repair my Hellions. That's pretty cool. And then at home, we're going to be, just as I said, we're going to be playing very safe Marine Tank and taking a third base behind it. This is definitely the coolest strategy I've tried today, I think. I really love this one. Well, the one against Protoss where I just go into his base is also pretty dank. So, you know, can't really say that. I'll let you guys vote which one you like the most. And now one thing to not forget, I actually learned this in my 1v7 AI challenges, is that a Planetary is also useful if you use it as like your first defense instead of a bunker or whatever, because you can make SCVs from it. So I'm just going to be rallying these SCVs all the way back home. And going to get a little bit of extra economy that way. And then I'm not quite sure what I should be playing behind this. Bio is definitely a bit more solid. I could also just... Wait, I actually have a better idea. I'm just going to make an armory. And I'm just going to push him with Marine Tank Hellbat. I can use this position to siege from. Maybe I should even... I'm even going to get a little bit of a wall going. Make like depots like this. Yeah, it's not bad. And I'm going to get 3 siege tanks at some point. Should be enough for me to move out. Main things I'm scared of is Nidus and Mutalisk. So I'm actually going to throw down a scan as soon as I have one. Let's get some extra gases going. I could even go into something like Sky Terran here, because I do have the setup of which I would normally play Sky Terran from. The only difference is that my Planetary is on his side of the map instead of my own. Now let's see what he has going on here. So he's going for a Spire, but it's not done yet, which is great. I thought it was going to be a little bit further along the way. And I'm going to be able to hit just before that, which is just fantastic. Getting the wall up here is also very nice. Gonna get another orbital. And then since I don't have stim yet, I think it's actually smarter to go into mech here, so I can make Thors to deal with the mutas instead of just relying on a million marines. Oh, so he does actually have a pretty big army. Okay, that is scarier than I thought. I thought he was actually gonna have like nothing there. But he does have a pretty decent army. Look how many units I'm picking up for free, by the way, just by standing here behind this Planetary. Let's see. Oh, need to be really careful for those. I'm gonna get some free Ravagers, that's nice. And now I use the Biles, I can actually use it to move forward a bit. Let's get another armory. Get a gas up as well. Started getting some turrets for the mutas. There we go. Oh, he did kill one of my siege tanks, but he lost... Well, he did lose all the Ravagers for it, but he made more. So I guess in the end he didn't really. Ooh, he did buy all my Marines. Should have... I thought I was gonna get a notification for that actually, but I guess not. That's my bad for looking away. And now I need to start turrets here, actually. I should have started those earlier. But Ravagers also... If you guys didn't know, Ravagers cost 100 gas, the same as in Muta. So the fact that he made, I want to say at least 7 Ravagers in total, maybe 8. I actually don't think he's going to be able to make a lot of Mutas here, so I'm pretty safe. I'm very scared of these Ravagers killing my siege tanks, though. That's something we're going to have to be careful of. And as you can see right now, I'm in a really good spot. My strategy worked out perfectly. If you play at the same eco at TVZ, it's always going to be good for Terran. Zerg is supposed to be a bit ahead. So if you're in this scenario where you're just ahead, or well, even in eco, I should say, assuming he has this base, of course, then it's actually going to be really good for us. And I'm even going to be able to take my next base a little bit faster. Going to be accompanying it with turrets as well. Probably could have kept some of the SCVs there, but it's all good. Maybe move the tanks a little bit back so they don't just die to Biles for free. I could also be scouting the edge of the map here. This is one thing I always tell you guys in these challenges. If there is even a moment where you have a little bit of free time and you think my opponent could have a corner base or it's possible, just send something to check. Like, it really doesn't hurt in scenarios like this. But you can totally lose a game just because you didn't realize there were even 2 bases in the corner. I've actually even lost pro games when I was still active as a pro gamer to people having a base I didn't scout. Now, very often those wouldn't necessarily be hidden bases. It'd be more like I would kill their 3rd base and then they had this 4th base already and I didn't realize, kind of thing, you know? Now, I feel like with 4 Thors coming out, looking at the army he had, Mutalisk still not showing up. Yeah, he's 2 mutas there. I think I can actually go across with my 4 Thors and kill him. Thors are really good against Ravagers in small counts. Ravager is actually a really hard counter to Thors if it's like really big armies. But when he's like 3 Ravagers, if you don't have enough Biles to consistently bile, Thors are going to absolutely shred. So rather attack sooner than later. And it's going to be a really nice attack for us. I also don't think... Yeah, he has no Banelings, guys. This army is going to get destroyed by Hellbeth. Do I have Blue Flame? I don't have it yet. I don't think I really want to wait for it, though, because my army is just too big here, I believe. Oh, look at the Hellbats against the Zerglings. That is just beautiful. And the Mutalisk clump up, taking so much damage from the Thors. Wow, this fight went as good as it possibly could. More Mutalisk clumping up. It did actually clump up my tanks a little bit too much, but he didn't stack the Biles. And there we go. Smart Penis has been defeated. And this is nice. He liked our strategy. Let's freaking go. I know you guys are going to like it too, but I've already gotten my first compliment, which is fantastic. Units lost, about 4 times the resources lost from him. And I think this is probably the best strategy I was able to think of myself. I think at TVT, TVP, I have a lot of thinking to do, to be honest, or stealing your guys' ideas from the comments. But this idea against Zerg, I really, really like this. It worked to perfection here. He panicked a little bit and tried to defend it. Maybe it's stronger on other maps because they don't have this base either, but we're going to see. Hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of PF vs. 2GM. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.